Hare Krishna. If we let our imagination toy with temptation, we become toys of temptation. Sometimes when we are faced with so many temptations in the outer world, we feel allured to indulge in them. Now, because of social or cultural restrictions, or because of our own conscience or our intelligence, we may resist indulging in them physically, but often we toy with them mentally. We fantasize, oh, I could enjoy this way, I could enjoy that way. And we often think of such mental indulgence as harmless. I'm not doing anything physically, what is the problem? The problem is that the mental can become physical very rapidly without even our awareness. How? Because the thought is the ancestor to the deed. When we toy with temptation, when we let our imagination toy with temptation, then that imagination gets force, and that force can become like a strong wind of desire, a stormy gust of desire that can just take us off course, that can just sweep us away. We were planning to live in a particular way, but when the stormy desire of temptation gets triggered in our consciousness by the wild firing of imagination, then we can get swept away. The Bhagavad-gita cautions us about this possibility when it states in 2.67, Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano anvidheyate tadasya harati pragyam vayurnavamivambhasi. So it states that Indriyanam hi charatam, the senses are always wandering here and there. Yanmano anvidheyate, the mind focuses on something that we see with our senses. That means what happens when the mind focuses? Basically the imagination starts. So when the imagination starts, then what happens? Tadasya harati pragyam, then our intelligence is swept away, is carried away. How? Vayurnavamivambhasi. Just like if there is a boat going on a water body in a river or a sea, if the boat somehow comes in the path of a stormy wind, then the boat will be swept away, it will be powerless. So the boat has boatman has the choice whether to come in the path of the wind or not. But once they come in the path of the wind, they will be swept away. So like that, if we let ourselves come in the path of the stormy imagination, we will be swept away. We will become toys of temptation. That means that once the temptation comes in our consciousness, once the temptation controls our consciousness, then it destroys our intelligence, it destroys our conscience, and it makes us act in regrettable, even reprehensible ways. We become like its puppets, its toys, doing whatever it impels us to do. And afterwards we are horrified. Hey, what did I do? Why did I do that? How could I have done that? But how did we do that? We are carried away by the wind of temptation, by the stormy wind of temptation. And what carried us away? Because we came in the way. So we have to be very cautious and not even indulge in temptation mentally, lest the mental become physical even without our awareness. And the best way to avoid this is not just to be fearful, fearful of temptation, but rather we become forceful in our practice of bhakti. We connect with Krishna and we focus on serving Krishna. And we can use our imagination to think of ways in which we can serve Krishna better and better. And thus when our imagination becomes spiritually directed, spiritually channeled, then we can march steadily, swiftly towards Krishna, being powered by our imagination used in His service. And thus the imagination itself can give us greater and greater connection with Krishna and greater satisfaction in our connection with Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.